Very happy to have with me Mr. Nooh Mohammed Busaidi from Oman, the chairman of the Historical Association of Oman. Thank you so much for being with us.
It is really my pleasure to be here with you, and I would like to express my gratitude and thanks for the organization, for the organizing teams and personnel of this Tehran Dialogue Forum, and for their generosity and for their professionalism and for their cordiality. We have been received very well and treated very well. So thank you all for
You're
your
welcome. How
hospitality.
has the forum been going for you so
Well,
far?
it has been a wonderful experience for me personally, and I have sensed from all the participants actually, whom I talked to and engaged with, that there is a sense of hope animating in our region and in the world, that is calling for peace, for dialogue, for understanding, for brotherly relations. And there is a new spirit of peace. We can sense it, all over, this forum from all the participants.
Yeah, do you think this forum can play a role in that?
Indeed, I am really very convinced, always very convinced. When there are two people sit together, there is a benefit. So imagine, here for almost, 300 and more people from all over the world are gathering and, talking to each other, negotiating, trying, to solve, the regional problem, the world problem. And as your, president today, he has said so eloquently, and put it in a very philosophical framework. We are actually, one family, living, he said it in a bowl, one globe, in a very big universe. So it is for us to cooperate and live together, peacefully, and also see the opportunity I can offer, you can offer, others can offer, rather than just create discord and wars and discontent and so on,
Okay, well, you were talking about this opportunity for negotiations, for talks, and speaking of that, let's look at what is happening in the region. Of course, Oman is playing a major role in indirect talks between the United States and Iran right now. Let's start from there. Why has Oman accepted this role to be the intermediary?
Well, this is really a wonderful question, and I'm glad you have raised it. There are so many elements why Oman is engaged with negotiation and mediation and seeking peaceful solutions for world problems, not only regional problems, and in particular between Iran and the West. Let us now concentrate on Iran and the West. First, civilizational element. Oman is, an old civilization. It has dealt with many civilizations in the past, from the time of the, we know Iran, for example, from the time of the Achaemenid dynasty, from the Sasanian dynasty. Some people know Iran only from 1960s, but we have been dealing with Iran since early, royal dynasties, as I told you, the Achaemenids and the Sasanians and the others, So consecutive history of dealing with Iran. So we have the experience of dealing with Iran. So it is our mission, to provide peace for our neighbors. And the second also element is a moral element. Oman, since 1970, with the new, Renaissance, we have developed a creed, a belief that wars will never solve any problems, and conflict will never solve any problems. Conflicts have become very devastating. Conflicts have become very bloody. So, we hold human life as very precious. So that's why it is our mission in life to save lives and to bring people together. And the third element also, I would assume, why we are taking the role of mediation is the skill. For almost now 55 years in Oman, we have never had any conflict with anybody. Not even one shot has been, fired across our borders or within. And also within our own society, we have societal harmony between the different sects, the different religions, and also we have no political prisoners. We are at ease with each other. We solve things with, soft politics, with soft power, with understanding. So we have the skills to, enabling us to be the mediators between the United States and Iran.
Well, so far we've had a few sessions. How do you assess the talks so far?
Yes, for me, personally, and I think many, fair observers would say that the talks are going so much positive, more positively than many people have expected.
Really?
Why? Because, within 1 month, now we have reached the technical negotiation. From 1 month, we have accomplished almost 4 or 5 sessions. Within 1 month, we see so much, it gained a lot of momentum, not only in the region, but worldwide, pushing for these talks to be successful. Many elements, many people in the world are watching these elements. I'm praising both Iran and the Trump administration for, withholding them. And also within your own society here, I think people do understand that these talks will bring goodness to the region, to Iran, and to the world. For me, I say it, I pray that these talks will be successful. And I am sure these talks, if they are successful, they will make, Iran will be more powerful. Iran will be more powerful economically, culturally, politically, scientifically. We might see Iran in the coming 10 years, as the Japan of the Middle East, because everything will be focused on development.
What do you see as the biggest obstacles involved with these indirect talks?
Yes, I'll be frank with you. Well, the obstacle number one, there are spoilers. In the international politics, there are always some spoilers who would not maybe like these talks to go, forward. I cannot name them. I don't want to point to anybody. But reassure everybody that these talks will not be at the expense of others. These talks are for the benefit of everybody. These talks are not targeted to, antagonize anybody or to pull the carpet, underneath of anybody. These talks are for the goodness of the region and for the human beings. That is the element number one, the political aspect. But also I think there is a cultural aspect, which I hope, you will excuse me by saying it. I think also, since Iran, since the revolution, and because of the antagonism from, the Western world and the United States, they faced the sanctions, Iranians have, developed a sense of protectionism and a sense of, mistrust and suspicion, about anything. And Iranians, also historically, since you are the best in the world in carpets, in making carpets, you might take years and years of just looking at, manufacturing a small carpet with very nice details. So you like details. So I hope the Iranian society and the Iranian, who are responsible for the talks, to lessen these suspicions. To lessen these suspicions and fill their hearts, with hope and optimism and just insist in making it successful. So I think if we break the psychological barrier, as you said, and the political barriers, I think the talks will be really successful.
Okay, and you said you feel that the Iranian society had certain suspicions. If we go back 8 years ago, and of course agreement was reached, and the same President Trump was the one that left the agreement. So what do you see making this time different?
Yes, well, the 8 years ago agreement, was going wonderfully. So let us not, now recuperate what has happened. Because if we recuperate what has happened, this will be, an inhibition for us. Let us learn, why did it fail? I would assume, from my own perspective, and I don't, come here and appoint myself as an advisor to you, to Iran. No, never. You have the best expertise in the world. But I think probably at that time the United States was not giving much, role. So probably when President Trump came over, he found that it is all taken by the European ship. The European current, the European countries. He found nothing. I think we learn from what happened. So now, they themselves, it is not, now, the most positive things, it is not you, Iran, who wanted the negotiations. It is the Trump administration, they wanted the negotiation. So let us, let bygones be bygones. Just learn from the lessons and go forward.
And what's the biggest challenge for Oman being in the middle of this?
Oman, I assure you, when going to the negotiating table, Oman goes with sincere heart, does not go with fake faces, it does not go with fake approaches, and I assure you that Oman has no challenges, because Oman will seek peace and will seek, negotiations relentlessly. And if it fails in one track, it will go in the second track and the fourth track and go on and go on. It will never expire. So we will always seek peace. We would not say that this is going to, put us off from our mission. For us, it is a mission of life. Peace is a mission of life.
So we've had several sessions, and you say so far they're going well. Can you possibly forecast how long it will take to get to that phase that if an agreement is going to be reached, that it would be reached? Or what's your assessment of that?
You see, this is very technical, so I would not really know, but it does seem, from all the readings that we are seeing and all the announcements, that the goals are now very clear. The goals are very clear. Iran wants the sanctions to be lifted. And the West want to denuclearize Iran. Iran has, several times said that our program is peaceful. So the goals are very clear that Iran wants to continue its peaceful program while lifting the sanctions. And I don't think this is, something that is a big obstacle, because Iran has the right to pursue a peaceful program. It needs it for its development. So since the goals are now very clear, I am sure, the end of the journey and the bright journey and the beautiful journey would be sooner than we expect.
Okay, great. Well, any final words that you would like to say about this?
Yes, the final word, first of all, I say, please don't be frightened of peace. And for those who, are frightened of peace, must not be frightened of peace, because peace will bring you, power, will bring you, prosperity, will bring you happiness. And, now we are at the threshold of a big responsibility for the coming generations. So we want to, usher a new course for the coming generations.
Well, Mr. Mohammed al-Busaidi, thank you so much for speaking to us here at the Tehran Dialogue Forum, and thank you all so much for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. My appreciation to you all.